Okay, are we right now? Hi everyone. God, it's like a Friday the 13th tonight. I think we're live. I'll know in a minute, I guess. Hi everyone, if you're there, welcome to Coloring with Lorri. Looks like I'm live. Okay, yep. So hello. Little complications there today. We're back. Yeah, I was telling Mike about that this morning that I set the uh, orientation for horizontal, and then as I hit the live button, it says, turn your phone back. You are in the wrong orientation to go live. So I don't know what the heck that's all about. But anyway, here we are. Hello. Hi, Robin. Welcome. Hi, Amy. See, Amy popped in. Hello, Tasia. Oh, crazy Friday. Crazy Friday. Okay. We are good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who has these complications. I hear other channels talking about it too, so glad that it's not just me, the newbie. She is Robin. Can you believe it? Yep, we've been friends all that time too. I think through the years, like, yeah, on and off. I lost my interest in YouTube for a few years, so just getting back at it. Looked her up again. So I thought I had my pencils sitting here, but apparently I don't. So we're gonna work on the Teresa Goodrich bathroom. Well, hi Kim, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for coming. Whew. Yeah, I was saying when I was trying to get the stream going, it already had been a really weird day, and then trying to get the stream up and running, that wasn't going very well. Yes, I know, Kim. I keep tripping over you today, in a good way. Like, oh, she's there again. Well, here you are. I've been in and out since my mom's home. Her schedule's a little bit different now, so my schedule's changing and I don't know what's happening and I'm confused and stressed all the time right now. My house is an absolute mess. We had to, make arrangements and accommodations for her. Get a recliner up there that doesn't really fit, so it's just sitting in the middle of the room. So I'm just dazed and confused. So I was debating whether or not to go on because everybody was streaming today, but then I thought, well, maybe that's what I need to do, stream and talk it out and blah, blah, blah. You know? You know? And I appreciate you being here with me. You know, it's a holiday weekend. And where is my pencil sharpener? Oh, geez, right in front of my face. It could have bit me. Hi, Pebbles. You want me to move that blanket for you? You got it? Let me get it. Gotta move the blanket for Pebbles. It's too high. She can't jump that high. Okay, there you go. She likes to sit on the other side of the desk and watch me. I think it's pretty cute. Yep, that's what I keep saying. I'm just breathing. It's just so much at one time. She came home and it's just like, this has got to change and that's got to change. And, learning all these things to cook her. And she argues a little bit about things, and you know, no, you can't eat that, it makes me feel guilty. No, you know, we're getting there though. Yeah. Today I made her a bunch of fresh vegetables, and she's like, why can't I have a pat of butter? And I'm like, because it's 300 milligrams of sodium and you don't need it. Phew. Yeah, Amy's been all over the YouTube today. I can't keep up with her. That's why I said, keep up. Where are you going, Amy? Okay. Burnt orch, yellow ochre. Do I have any of these? Yellow ochre. Okay. So, how is everybody today? As I said, I'm a little frazzled because I didn't know what was going on with the YouTube again. Alright, the burnt ochre. Yellow ochre. And then the chocolate. We are in Home Sweet Home, Creative Haven, Teresa Goodrich. We finished the, I don't know if you were here last week. We finished the afternoon tea one. Need to put tabs in these things. That tab's for the one I want to do next. We finished the afternoon tea, the doggy room. So, working on this one, Home Sweet Home, Teresa Goodrich. And we also have, which I haven't started, we also have this one going to Country Farm Scenes. So, I can't wait to do that one. That paper is completely different. That's smooth as can be. This is quite rough. Huh. That'll be interesting. Okay. I see some. Hi, Taylor. Hey, hey. Thanks for coming. Appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. You know, I kind of feel like I need to finish that plant up there because I started it. So I'm going to put those browns up there. I know I did a Prussian green. So I'm going to go ahead and finish with a light coat of Prussian green. I'm going to pull this down, see if it's still good for you to see. Everybody's just kind of following everybody. It's almost like a pub night, Friday pub night. Just follow everybody along to each pub. We're going clubbing. Clubbering on color. Holy moly. Clubbing on coloring tube. That's what we used to call it back in the day, was color tube. It kind of, I don't hear it too much with the new channels anymore, but it was more of color tube than YouTube, so. So I'm just going to do a light coat, get these all the same with the Prussian green, because that's what I started with. So we'll go right back in there. Hope everybody is well. The holiday weekend for most, if you celebrate. I think everybody kind of celebrates Easter, don't they? Even though I say it's a Catholic holiday, it's fun. The Easter Bunny celebration and all with the kids. So, Taylor, be nice. No hair pulling over here. Amy probably fall asleep on me today. I know she's got a headache today. Are you feeling any better, Amy? Could you even color it all today? I'll give it time to catch up so I can see your answer so I don't ask another question and then go, what? What do you mean? That's so funny. These are, if you have this book and you're coloring this, these are really poorly drawn leaves. But she's getting better at her leaves. Teresa Goodrich was always kind of, I don't know if you can see the stuff out the window. It's pretty rough. But Amy fell asleep already. You out there, Amy? I don't want to yell. How's your head? Not any tonight, though, huh? So I'm going to lighten these up a little bit with a green, I think. Apple green is like one of my absolute favorites with Prismacolor. This is a little darker. We'd actually see what the yellow chartreuse does on here. Oh, I know it's late for everybody. Anyone else coloring? That's Kim and Taylor. You guys were coloring. You still at it? I love those mandalas that you're working on, Kim. I forget the name of that book. Glitter and something. Yeah, those two that you and View are doing are really pretty. But yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get too much detail in these leaves, but a little bit. Nope, not at all. That's terrible. Oh, you're laying down. Okay. Well, if you fall asleep and I don't see you, I think you signed off before I got a chance. I was telling you to have a happy Easter, Kim. So, in case I don't see you anymore this weekend, I'm sure you and your hubby have a nice Easter. Definitely can't feed my mom ham, so Mike was telling his boss about it, and not his boss, jeez. Mike and I have been talking about it, so he picked up a prime rib, so that'd be nice. We'll be able to eat that for a few days. Thank you, Kim. Yeah, I know a lot of times when you're watching me, you fall asleep, so probably a lot of people do. But the streaming slots are pretty full, so I thought if I picked a late night, plus it's really the only time it's quiet here for me. And I can't really do it during the week because Mike comes home earlier, so they have streams I watch earlier. I don't want to stream on top of them. Wasn't sure if I was going to go on today because there were so many streams going on, but I thought, well, in case anybody really is following me, I do have this kind of scheduled for midnights, on Friday nights. And I know I look forward to the ones that say, oh, new video out on Wednesday, if you're coloring along or just kind of, you've been watching the whole time. You look forward to it. I mean, I know my channel is teeny tiny, but I think there is 3 people that are actually following me. So, yeah, I just feel small sense of obligation to keep the schedule going. So. Yes, I can hear you snoring when you fall asleep. Yep. You get pretty loud sometimes. Yeah, I know. They're weird. Their leaves are weird. And they used to be way worse, Robin. Now she kind of closes them. In the past, they would be kind of left open. I don't think I have any of her older books. Which one are you in? Country Charms. And I think the country books are kind of her new ones. Yeah, see how she does this black around, the black around there now to kind of keep it together. It used to just all be the loose stuff just hanging there. So then you had to kind of interpret the rest of it. So she's gotten a little bit better, but her leaves still are a little rough, abstracty, but I absolutely love her art. I just worked it out. Oh, I want to do this one. I love coloring food. So, yeah. You're welcome, Amy. I know you always look forward to me, which is so sweet. Yeah, don't mind my silliness. I might get emotional today. Not emotional, like boo-hoo emotional. Just, like I said, it's been a pretty stressful week. I personally don't care for changes, and then just to have so many changes, I want to say forced upon me because, I want to make the changes. I want to accommodate my mom. Um, it was just so quick, and I feel like I got shoved out of my areas, my comfort zones in the house, where I sit, where I am. I can no longer be. So the living room got crunched. Used to be a pretty nice, decent sized living room. Now it's like, oh, don't trip. Oh, be careful. Oh, you're going to whack your ankle. So, just cluttered. I grew up in a very cluttered home, and I swore that I would never live in one, and here I am. And it just, eh, it's hard. That's all. And I can't do nothing about it. I can't even, like, reorganize anymore because of my physical limitations. So I'm just going to color in wine. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, so just using, for anybody following along, Prussian green. And I ended up grabbing the yellow chartreuse just to get a little highlight on these. The Prussian green's a pretty dark green. Not being all super neat, because I'll probably have to touch them up after I do the curtain and figure out these stems and things back here. We have a lot of just drawn in crazy stems. And then there's some weird little leaves in there. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of lives today. Geez. And even if I don't say hi, I do always stop and give a like. Or go back and give a like. Sometimes I just don't say hi because I'm working and doing stuff, and I'm just kind of listening while I do it, so. But I was trying to think what else is going on around here. Nothing really. Easter Sunday. I spend most of the holiday alone. Mike goes to his parents' house, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away, so it's too far for me to travel. By the time I'd get there, I'd have to come back home. And then I don't want to be that far away from my mom either, so. Ew. So oddly, I did not do one Easter picture this year. I usually grab the Pinocchio. Kanoko pictures and do some kind of bunny or something, but I started that double page spring scene in the Minuet de Bonheur, so it'll probably do me in for that. 100 sunflowers. Oh, with Tasia. Tasia's coloring that with me. Oh, there she is. Welcome back, Taylor. You just missed me whining a little bit. Kim said you were pulling her hair. I was just complaining a little bit about Teresa Goodrich's sketchy leaves. But that's about all. I don't have too much to talk about today. Been a mellow day. I don't have too much to talk about in general. That's why I was very concerned about having a YouTube channel. What the heck am I going to talk about? Supplies, I suppose. How's your gold going, Taylor? Boy, she's on you, Taylor. She took that hall pass and took advantage of that, huh? She went up and down this hall and that hall and... You got so much gold information, I bet you got like gold overload. Which one do I do? I kind of chuckle seeing all these little gold recipes popping up. Look at it, we're all basically doing the same thing. A dark brown, a light brown, a reddish color, and a yellow. Whether it be 3, 4, 5 colors put together. Almost got it. Yeah, when you had them in your background, when you were talking about the Crayola... No, was it the Crayola pencils? I don't remember what you bought or what you were showing, but you had it in the background. Yeah, and your last one you did was looking good. Yep. And then now we're all going, ooh, whose gold looks the best? Ooh. I know when I work in the Kanoko books, because the lines are really small and some of the stuff that I want gold, I switch over to the Faber-Castell gold, which is a little bit slower going, you know, because even with the Prismas, you gotta layer that to... It's not one you can just match shit together and make it work. You gotta blend those colors and get those different hues in there to get that gold. So, but silver's the one I really struggle with. Like, I feel like I can get it, but then at the same time in my mind it just looks like stone or looks like gray. You know, I think my best one again was in the Minuet. I did like that silver bowl for the fruit, the big giant fruit bowl. I do a lot of times too, Kim, because taking over my mom's supplies, I found a bag of eight, if you could believe, 8. Can I say that again? 8 gold jelly rolls, 4 silvers, 4 clear, 4 white. Oh, the things my mom has. I wish I had a coloring friend that lived closer that liked markers and the kind of things that I could just say, come on over, grab a book and let's color. Wouldn't have to bring any supplies. And I gave tons. I gave like all the Crayola stuff away. It was a giant box of Crayola. She would use the, the 8 packs over and over and over again. So she would buy those by the case. But I have so many markers and pens and stuff. It's just insane. And I don't even use them. I assume as my hands get worse that I will. That's why I haven't gotten rid of them all. I'm trying to love the alcohol markers, but just not. That's why I got those Fogerty books for the alcohol. I know, everybody just, here, Taylor. I would be so confused. But that's why I said, if she just picks the colors that are good for her, that's all, it's a dark brown, a light brown, something reddish, something yellowish, and you can add to it. You can use 5 or 6 colors with darker reds or tones of reds. So, just like we all did it a little bit different. I'm sure she'll curtail it to which one she finds that she likes. Okay, I think that looks pretty good for now. Like I said, I might have to do some touch-up on that after I do the curtain. We'll work on this wood here. I think my darkest brown is the sepia. Double check that. Oh, actually that umber is darker. Is it? It seems dark over here today. Alright. Boy. Okay, I guess the sepia is a little bit darker. So I'm going to use the sepia and kind of highlight these wood grain lines that she gives us, and also the lines for the wood. Yep, that's what I say. She'll take all those colors and figure it out. Did she really? I missed that, Taylor. Holy cow. It's funny. I sit up at the table with my mom and I watch lives, and it's like she won't say anything. The person in the live won't say anything, and then all of a sudden, like, somebody will say my name, or it's like something that I'm interested in and I want to listen. Then my mom will start to talk, and it always happens at the same time. I find it so comical. And she'll go, "Oh, I'm sorry." I'm like, "Well, Mom, it's not your fault. You've been sitting here quiet for like 45 minutes, and then just because you both started to talk to me at the same time, I just, it's like, why does it happen?" And it happens every day. It's so funny. But I'll try. I'm sure everybody can relate. We go through the same things while we're watching the lives. Somebody talks to us, phone ring, doorbell, dog, whatever it may be. Now I'm going to add some scribblies up here because she didn't put any, but yet it's still wood, so I'm going to have wood grain. Okay. So I'm really going to miss having the... I don't love ham, but I do like it now and again. I do like the traditional ham, potato salad, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, and rolls, and tossed salad, but definitely not going to be what we're having this year. Okay, thank you, Jess. I appreciate you. Yeah, I had to come on and do the Teresa Goodrich. We're moving pretty good with this tub, so this one will go in a lot faster than the... Can't even remember what the other one was we did. Oh my goodness. The afternoon tea, the living room. Wow. Strangely, I'm kind of tired today, which, you know, I'll still be up till 6 in the morning, but with having the pain in the leg, it's very tiring moving around. Even my mom says, boy, I walk better than you do now, and sadly she does, but yet I have to do everything because she can't breathe when she walks. Terrible. Just a terrible pair. Actually not. For living together and being around each other that much, we don't fight too much, so... Thanks, Jess. Yeah, you haven't been here for quite a while. And they've been off times, too. You know, I haven't really stuck to the Friday at midnight because of all the changes around here. Trying to get back to normal, though. And I know people are working on this one, so... They're working on it. We were talking about the gold. What do you mean, what are they doing over here? Of course they're over here. Jess was one of my very first supporters. All of my trials and fails to getting up and going. And here we are. Tonight was pretty rough, too. And it's weird. I was just talking to Mike about it yesterday. But all of a sudden, now that I have the YouTube all figured out, all of a sudden now when I'm going on, I set the orientation for her horizontal. I put it in the clip. Dang Prismacolor broke on me. I put it in the clip, hit the live button, and it says, you have changed your orientation. You need to change the orientation back, and it puts me in profile, and I don't understand that because I haven't moved the phone. It makes no sense. And then you have to kind of shake the phone, and then it realizes it's in horizontal. It's very weird. But it doesn't do the 3, 2, 1, you're live, but I actually am live, so it's like, what? So it confuses me. And then I hit something today where it turned my screen green, which I don't know what the heck that was all about. Oh, okay, I got it. I'm sorry. Lost in translation. I get it now, too, because you said over there. So sorry. Like I said, lost in translation. Ugh, it's like text messaging. I don't have anything under my page. I just realized. I don't know if I want to use this. Might actually put black. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, just adding some wood grain lines in here as I'm going. I said this is my dark. I went pretty dark on this wood so it doesn't look like our gold. Because I have not mastered how to make light wood. I was thinking about that while I was falling asleep last night. To figure out how to make light wood. And probably... Well, hi, view. Okay. You can't find it. Did you pull it out to copy it? Uh-oh. Is it in your copier? Oh, that picture is cute. Appreciate it if you all could hit that like button for me. Thanks. Please. Okay. Thank you to those that did. I don't think I'm gonna need that dark umber. Probably gonna go. It does not look like I used it up there. Oh, I never did pull that chocolate out, did I? That's what I need, is the chocolate. Oh, aww. Hugs and kisses. Okay, let me find that chocolate. That's what I was, I was just saying too, like lost in translation with, the wording. I thought she said here and it was there, and yeah. Taylor. Something in the air today. I'm telling you, there is something in the air. Just weird air today. But welcome, welcome. So I'm going to do a light layer with the chocolate. Try to come all the way to that edge. Just real light. Kind of using the side of the pencil. Using that point. Okay. Yeah. Thank you to anybody watching and not in chat. Appreciate you being here. Working on our wood floor and Teresa Goodrich. Home Sweet Home. It's a pretty big area. It's gonna look like I did half the page. If you hear snoring, Pebbles just started snoring, so I'm sorry, but... Or is that Kim? Kim, you still awake? Oh, nope. She's still awake. It's not her. Okay. You think it's Kim, Amy? Yeah, I actually don't hear Pebbles anymore. I think it might be Kim. Oh, she's too busy laughing at Taylor. Okay, I'm sorry. I will shush. I'm just over here coloring my floor. Not doing nothing. Trying to figure out, I don't know what color to do the woodwork. I don't want it all. You know, this and the window. I want it all the same brown. Kitty's good with colors. She's not here today. She might be listening. Maybe. Actually, haven't seen her today anywhere. My eye is watering like crazy today. That's why I keep stopping and looking down. I'm afraid it's going to drip on my page. Left eye. Ooh. Anybody cooking Easter dinner? What you cooking? Sad thing about food in our house now. Mike never really ate what me and my mom ate. He kind of eats like a kid. No, it's like all three of us eat different food, which is a real pain. Hopefully she'll be able to have a little bit of her Easter dinner. Oh, next I'm gonna go in with the burnt ochre. Go out to eat. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Did that a lot in the holidays when I was single. We never go out anymore. So expensive and the food just isn't good. If you want a good meal, you gotta pay a lot. I can't believe how much like pizza is. It's insane. Like, might as well have a steak dinner for the price you're gonna pay for a pizza. It's Mike makes me these giant steaks. It's 2 meals for me, so. That fish tank water is probably pretty loud today, too. Haven't been able to get that filled. Gonna have to fight that hose one of these days. Limping so much and having to hold on to stuff. Doing the chores is not fun. Your little one won't eat it when you cook. You that bad of a cook? Don't you just make him a big pan of mac and cheese? Don't all kids like mac and cheese? I know my nephews love mac and cheese. That's every holiday. I'm gonna make mac and cheese. Mac and cheese and nachos. The twins like. My little sister has twins. Which I don't ever see. Because I'm a hermit. Are you guys cooking, Jess? He eats weird. I wish I had a. Oh, I do have pictures of them, but they're under the glass and I can't get to it. Yeah, and they are identical. They turned 13 in September, and the only reason you can tell them apart now is because one's a little bit heavier than the other one, but they are still super identical. And they're very, very nice boys. They're very quiet, which is weird. Kids are not quiet these days. I don't see my sister very much. She works and going to school, and they're divorced, so the boys go back and forth, and she's not my mom's daughter, so that's a little bit different at times too. Going back in a little bit with the sepia just to darken this up a little bit. Make sure I'm keeping that color away from that gold, so I can definitely keep the difference. Okay. I found 3 other Creative Haven books, still looking for the bathtub. It's Home Sweet Home. Did you lose the book or just the picture? Because I think you pulled it out to copy it. I have yellow cichlids, 4 yellow cichlids and 1 orange cichlid. I used to have like 100 of them. From 12 years ago, I got the tanks, and I had 7 tanks, and I had all kinds of fish. So these are just like, I've never bought any more from like 12 years ago, so these are like babies of my babies. So as soon as they're done, I'll be done, because it's a 90-gallon tank that I have left running, and I can't really maintain it the way it needs to be. So, how did you lose the whole book? It's got to be there somewhere. Kim, where's her book? Yep, because I had frogs and tadpoles. I had a brackish tank, which is like a low saltwater tank, and I had puffer fish in there. I had a lot of really cool fish through the years. So right now I'm down to the 5 cichlids and 1 hermit crab, because I've had fiddler crabs in the past. I got the I had 3 hermit crabs, down to 1 hermit crab. Actually had tadpoles that turned into frogs. That was like the coolest thing. And one day the frog disappeared, so I assumed it hopped away, and I think my dog at the time had eaten it, but I don't know. But we never found the frog. So, yeah, I didn't know. One day it was a tadpole, next day it had legs, and it was gone, kind of thing. You know, he started to get legs, and it was really cool to watch. If I would have done that earlier, to where I had, more physically able, I would have done that again, because that was neat. You don't know? Well, what do you mean you don't know? Yeah, they're beautiful, and the ones I have left, they're really big. They're like 7 inches long. I think they're actually all my breeders. They fight quite a bit, but the tank is big enough for them to hide, so the poor female gets pretty beat up. I only have 1 female in there. I was just gonna say, I didn't read the second half, and I was gonna say, ooh, they're mean. We used to go into this pet store where they had one big one in the tank when you first walk in, and as you'd walk by, he would slam the tank, and he was like this big around and like that fat. I was like, dang, and he would just slam into that tank. Like, holy cow, that's a mean ass fish. And they're really all not that much to look at either. Yeah, when I first got into fish, there were so many places to buy them, and then, like, within 5 years, you couldn't get stuff. I couldn't get my food, and then COVID, holy moly, nothing. You know, because they couldn't import. These are African cichlids, so they were imported. You know, and now no imports. I know I had a girlfriend. She asked me because I had breeders, and I would constantly have babies. And she was like, "Do you get babies anymore? I can't get cichlids anymore." And I told her I had 5 babies at the time. But then she went through something and never came and got them. So, yeah, they are mean. And I don't get it. Yeah, the fascinated, they're just like gray and blah. I never understood the fascination with them. Hmm. Well, that's crazy, View. You need to find your book. It's got to be there. The Minutemen took it. They'll be back. Tell them to bring your book back. You want your book back. I had this crazy thing happen to me today. I come over to my computer and there's this weird little piece of black foamy sticky stuff sitting on top of my computer, and I'm like, what the heck is that? I have no idea what it is. Nothing I've ever seen before. I text Mike at work and I'm like, explain to him, you know, what it was, and he says, "Oh, it might have fell off my shirt from the table that I put together today, because he had to put together a chair and table for my mom." And I said, "Well, why would you be over by the computer? Were you over by the computer?" And he's like, "Oh, nope, back to no idea," you know, because he first said I had no idea. So I'm like, I have no idea where this little piece of foamy sticky stuff came from. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it stuck to him. When he gave me a kiss, it stuck to me, and it actually just fell there when I found it. But I don't know. Pretty weird. Well, thank you, View. Oh, you have a fish tank now? My best friend's mother used to raise and sell angelfish. They're pretty. Oh, you found it! Yay! I'm reading backwards. Guess I should. See, that's, one of the first symptoms when before I got diagnosed with MS, and I kept saying there was something wrong with me. I couldn't read, like, right. Like, I would start in the middle or start at the bottom, and, now that I'm aware of it, I try to curtail it a little bit better, but now, I'm reading backwards. See, I told you, you just had to ask those Minutemen to give it back. That's great. I wish I could keep up my tank, Taylor. I just can't. I physically can't. Uh, water changes, and honestly, I haven't even been doing water change. At one time I had 5 common plecos, so they produce a lot of waste, but they keep the glass nice and clean. And I used to have to do the water changes every week. Well, since I don't have any plecos and I just have the cichlids, I can get away with, filter changes and adding water and maybe a quick vacuum here and there on the bottom rather than, the 30-40% water change every week. But I have to go across the whole length of the house with the hose, and I can't carry the buckets to throw 'em, to dump out the water to do the changes anymore. So, and because I don't have the plecos, the glass is, you know, icky, which it's good for the fish. They eat the algae. It's good for them, but it just doesn't look pretty. And you can kill it just by, covering it up and not letting there be any light in the tank, but the algae is it's good for them. Yep, 90 gallons. Looks like a lobster tank. Like a red lobster tank. I could actually lay down in it. And it's a handmade tank. We used to have this old couple. They were well known for their fish. They had the best of the best. The best fish, the best tanks. They were about an hour away, but it was worth it. So, yeah. Still going strong. I cannot tell you the money I've spent on fish. But I was a mental health substance abuse therapist, and it it just some days, just to come home and watch the fish and just get lost in the tanks after having a bad day, and hearing sad story after sad story, and it was just it was the best therapy for me. Let me tell you. So they get so big, and I love them. They're so majestic. I just absolutely just common. I just love them. I really wanted to get another one, but because I can't do the water change, I just can't. They make so much waste. One time when I was reading about how to take care of them, and it said like you need to clean up their poop every day. Like I am not cleaning up a fish's poop like as they're pooping. Oh, that's good. That's good. Like, well, the five common plecos, they made so much, Taylor. I had to. I had no choice. The fish would have never lived. Yeah, that's what I said. It's fine now. It's just the cichlids. It's just the algae but. And I thought about getting a little pleco, like a bristle nose or something, but they're pretty expensive. And I couldn't get it local. I would have had it like mailed, and I feel kind of, I don't want to. I'm not gonna support that. You're mailing me a fish. Like, oh no. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm sure you see how much waste your guy produces. Yeah, catch it with a net and clean it every day. I was like, what? Isn't that the whole idea, having a fish? It's low maintenance. It is not. Don't believe the hype. Just like Mike bought me the hermit crabs thinking they'd be easy to take care of. No. They're very high maintenance. And they're very, vulnerable. So, yeah, my hand is hurting from doing this wood. Whee. Even though that was a lot of blending and stuff, that was very reminiscent to straight coloring, which I am not a fan of. Just because I get really bored. But yeah, we got a nice color contrast. Keep that gold looking gold and our wood looking wood. That's why I went pretty strong on that red in the wood to make sure. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, I'd have to say one thing that I out of my coloring that I like the best is wood and brick. I think I do very, very well at both of those. And it's also something that I really enjoy to color. I like coloring houses and kitchens, and this bathroom's been kind of fun too. I wasn't sure about this chain. Like, should that chain be gold too? And I'm gonna use a clear um, gel pen for these hangy things, I think. I might use gel pen on all of that, because that might be like a charmy thing hanging. Hi, Bubbles. Welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah, do it gold. Yeah, I think so too. I'm so thinking that like I'm gonna forget to color those candles. So when we get to the end, somebody's gonna have to be. So I have this feeling I'm gonna forget those candles. Okay. What should we do next? But I feel bad. Amy hasn't been able to color. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nice and clean. Sadly though, I can feel like we were saying this paper's a little bit more toothy than her ugly papers. Her other papers, I still do see some white coming through here. And I may... Oh, probably not. It looks like it's going to be okay. Yeah, this paper is quite toothy for the Creative Haven papers. I don't know if this is an older book or a newer book. Oh, good, that was a piece of hair. I was like, oh, something got on my mirror over there. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that mirror while I'm right here. Because I'm just going to do a little bit of... Probably, yeah, I'll use the blue slate because I think I used the Caribbean for the tub, right? Just put a little bit of that around. Just the edging. Just the edging. Okay. Oops. The showroom. Yeah, it does look like brand new and shiny and ready to go. Oh, wow, you're at work, Bubbles? That's a bummer. That's what I was just thinking. At the airport, you'd think it would be busy. People don't travel on Easter, huh? Alright, I really don't know what I want to do next here. Maybe we'll just work on those plants because I know what color those are going to be. This is my worst thing with coloring, if I haven't mentioned, is picking colors. So probably I need to try to pick the colors before I come back. Unless anybody has suggestions for the curtains or a wall, I would consider. Good night, Robin. Thank you for coming. We'll probably see you at Jess's, but if not, have a happy Easter. really don't like grass green. Why is grass green so bright? I'm going to use olive and apple, I think. Do olive green and apple green. Do this little bush out the window. Fill in some of this mess. I wonder what picture. I should have asked Robin what picture she was coloring. She said, yeah, she lost interest in doing the leaves. That is definitely Teresa Goodrich's downfall. Yep, color suggestions. It does have a country feel. Especially with the bathroom with the wood floor. That's kind of unusual, I think. You know, I was thinking blue, but like blue pencils are so rough. They're not the best blenders. And this is a big area. And so far, we've got a pretty soft, you know, with the gold as an accent. A pretty soft purple. Yeah, it kind of is a little bit of a downfall. I don't know about wood in the bathroom. Nice medium purples. Oh, you know. Well, you're a Prismacolor. When you said that, I instantly thought like the lavender and lilac. Is that kind of? I think that might be okay with the gold. Or do we need to go a little darker? I actually have the new ones too, the amethyst and the orchard. Maybe that would be good to try those. I don't know if they're actually the same color or not. Oh, I know. She's the Polly's. You know, I like Polly's too, and I've talked about that. And, you know, when Bubbles has talked about Polly's, you know, you can use a whole Prismacolor in a pencil. Like, if I was to color this somewhat solid, you know, I could go through a whole pencil, a whole Prismacolor pencil, doing those curtains. And I have talked about that. I don't know if I have ever used polychromos in a Teresa Goodrich book. Now that, because I usually do Prisma or Inktense. And I don't know why. I need to pull my polys out. I had just bought another set because they were on sale and I haven't used them at all. They're being very neglected. I have to get over there and watch Bubbles and follow something wrong. I only have 3 mythographic books. And really 2 Kirby books, so... get those out. No Prismas. Do you even own them? I know you said at one time that you even sold your set, but I thought you had said you bought another set. Bubbles, do you even own them now? So funny. I like them both. I think I like them, Prismacolors, like I know, well, and polys, I know all the colors too. And I do mix them because I'll be like, oh, polys has some pretty unique colors. I have to laugh because I always chuckle at that color Caput Mortem. And it is a pencil that the English and I think, what are they, German? Is the same language. So I'm like, well, whatever it is, they didn't have a English name for. So we're just stuck with Caput Mortem. And Jess was talking about that on her live today on Bellantini Art. I think that was today. It was either today or yesterday. I don't know. It's late. It's getting late. At least I should have warning when Mike comes home today because Pebbles is sitting on the couch in front of me. So she'll start crying when he hits the garage, I believe. Oh, if he can get in the garage. Okay, you did get some more. I thought so. My favorite books, probably the Kanokos, the Menuet de Bonheur, Rhapsody in the Forest, Symphony of Cute Animals, and I just recently bought the Leon's Journey, which I need to pull out and color in. I really, really like Teresa Goodrich too, which wasn't something that I used to color in. I used to buy them for my mom, and she would color in them. I do believe Mike is home, so let's see. Yep, he is. But yep, those would definitely be my favorites. So, gonna have to go, guys. But I appreciate you all being here. Um, we'll get back to this again next Friday. I'm glad I got that whole floor done. If I don't see any of you out there in YouTube, you all have a very happy Easter. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the likes and being here. Have a great night. Bye, everyone.